or the bay cabbage, and that's what in Spanish we actually call it koshang,
Which is Maya.
which is Maya. Okay, so on the next one, a lot of people would actually eat this guy also. This is the kuhun palm tree, and it's basically what you would know in Spanish again as the palmito.
Palmito.
So that's the kuhun cabbage. Both of them, you actually just, you need to, like the other one, you need to add tomatoes, onion, and a little of other ingredients. And it's a very, very bitter taste, very, very pleasant one. But this one would be the other one. This would be the sweet one.
Sweet
the
one.
Sweet kind. This is the corozo. This is the kuhun palm.
Kuhun, the kuhun palm.
And so forth. Then this you actually just season it like chicken, and it goes quite good.
With tortillas.
Easter time, these two guys would be hunted
Yeah.
for the sake of that delicious plate.
And then you said
And then we also have like
this.
this one. This is what a lot of people in Spanish would know as la escoba, but in English you call it the give and take tree.
Give and take.
Give and take tree. It's because it actually has some prickles. You see the prickles right here. If you ever see the Apocalypto movie, this is what the guy used to rub it on the little poisonous frog, and this is what he would use as darts. Okay, shoot it on the other guy, and this is what it's actually called the give and take tree because it actually gives you the pain when you actually grab the tree, the prickles coming into your hand. But according to experts, they actually believe that it has sort of like an oil in the middle of it that would also take you the pain. So it gives the pain, it takes away the pain. So it's the give and take tree. Okay, but actually you can, if you are starving in the forest, you just need to go like in the heart of this palm and use it as food. So it's a palm. Most palms would be good for you.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's not the only one. We actually have others around here. If you actually look at this one right here,
Okay.
this is another palm tree, and it's the basket pitay. In Spanish again, you call it el bayal.
Bayal.
Okay, and so forth. A lot of people will use this guy here to to do beautiful sofas or chairs, baskets, and all sorts of different beautiful things that people would use. But again, you can always go to the middle of it, the very, very young piece, and use it as food as well. Apart from these guys that I actually showed you, then we would have el bong, like a lot of people know it, and we actually have pakaya tree, which is el chib, and also we also have like shate.
This is the chip. And Joseph,
This is the fish tail, or well known as el shate.
shate. This is what then?
It has these little seeds right here. So eventually this will become like sort of like reddish, where it will ripe, falling down to the ground, a new tree. So this is what the Guatemalans will all actually come to get on the Chiquibul forest. I would say millions of different leaves will be cut down every single year.
They just cut down the leaves or the plant?
Only the leaves. Only the leaves, and they would harvest the seeds to bring back to Guatemala. So they are just moving a lot of back and forth to get both the seeds and the leaves at the same time. This is actually cinnamon, and it's actually native from around the area. You can taste it, you can chew it. Just grab a little piece.
Nice.
How does it taste? Like cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Like the hay un chicle que tiene sabor de este.
Big red.
Big red. Big red.
Okay.
Nice.
So actually where we are standing at the moment, the cave that you see to our right hand side, that's the Son of Chapat, and it's actually the smallest cave of 3 huge ones. Okay, so Chapat, you might wonder what those Chapat means. It means a centipede. It's a Mayan word for a centipede. Okay, so definitely this is the Son of Chapat, and it's the smallest one. We are not going to visit this one. We're going to the big one. Okay. it's quite a large cave. You can actually walk for half an hour right from here. But it doesn't have like big caverns inside. The other one, Actun Chapat is the biggest one. Though that one, you can actually come in here and it's amazing.
The main entrance to the cave. And they are coming, sweating and panting.
You may wonder how all these holes were made. Well, the bats always poop, would be pooping around, or sometimes they would have like acids on their little hands and so forth. Limestone is very sensitive when it comes to acid. Okay, and so since these guys would be living here, as you can actually see right there, these guys would start a small hole, as very small as this. Okay, but eventually when they occupy it daily, then it becomes bigger and bigger until it goes like something like that. Okay, and even bigger than that one. Okay, but you can actually see when they would poop, the whole entire thing would go the same way. So you can actually see it's like a big hole right here. Okay, and so forth, because we have actually some of the other hairs came down and it makes right there. So those are the back right there. Yes. So many things. For what reason for the caves like this? Or you know, for what it was used back then?
Safety, water, for store food,
Yes.
for home.
A major one.
Rights, refuge. Uh-huh.
Come up for the Mayans. So the cave would be the best refuge for the Mayans.
So that's the main thing it will be used for refuge.
Yeah. But in the very early days, going back all the way to the Paleo-Indian period, it's actually believed that these were the first homes to the Paleo-Indians. So these guys actually were the very first guys who actually used them as their refuge or their homes. Okay, so it's actually believed that inside the cave, a cave is best known as the connection of what the Mayans used to believe in, the Mayan universe. What would be the living world with the underworld? So the Mayans believed that there was a Mayan universe that would consist of the 13 levels of heaven, one level of the living world called Earth, and 9 levels of the underworld. The underworld, they would call it Shibalba. So this is basically a good example of Shibalba. Okay, but this one is basically just like a passage
To the real underworld.
yeah, to the real underworld. We are still going to get to the big one. Okay? But caves, everywhere you're going, caves, Mayans would come here and they would do actually rituals. So as we come here, you can actually look that there might be some formations that could have probably been, you know, altered by the same Mayans. So I have a pointer here. I'll be pointing to you some of the stones that could have been altered. Okay.
Okay.
So there have been actually, according to archaeologists, because even Dr. Jaime, our only archaeologist in Belize, had visited this cave, and he actually gave the full authority for these caves to be visited. So definitely, as you notice, there's my pointer right there, and one of the cave guardians here you would actually be looking at. Okay, they actually believe this is the alush. Do you know what's an alush? El duende. Okay, so what are you looking there is basically part of his hat,
Oh yes.
his sombrero right on top. Okay, those would be the eyes, the nose, the mouth. You are looking at right there.
Oh my.
Okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay. So definitely formations that would be here, and there would be many. A bird, a snake, an alush, or even the Virgin Mary.
Wow.
Okay.
Yo pensé que esa como la Virgin Mary.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're looking there. Also. Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say both. Okay. They can actually look an illusion. They can
Christianity
also look,
and-
yes, exactly. But on the other hand, if you look a little bit that way, the serpent or the snake, that's a big eye right there. There's a mouth right here, and it continues that way. It's not the only one right here in this cave. Actually, they actually found bones of animals that existed way far beyond time. 10,000 when the Great Ice Age actually was happening around the entire world. So they actually believe that these guys, the Paleo-Indians, would be these guys that would be dated way back between 10,000 to 7,000 BC. They came here and they established a little way of living here, and so forth. Since they would be after the giant animals or the giant animals that they would use as for their daily foods, the giant sloths, the giant camels, the giant elephants. So primitive bones of these guys have actually been found even here on this cave. You can actually see, yes, that there would be a lot of innings in there, but not everything has been explored at 100% in here. Okay, so even the biggest one, a lot of people have come even for 3 consecutive days on the big one.
And so, Joseph,
Welcome to Actun Chapat. This is where you need to go now. So this is where we are going to go in.
there's the entrance.
Yes.
Say again the name.
Actun Chapat.
Actun Chapat,
Yes.
which means
A centipede.
a centipede. Wow. So we are going in there in a little while.
I don't want to go in there.
And Joseph will lead us into Chibalba, the underworld.
We're at the entrance of actually the big cave here. This is Actun Chapat. Welcome to it. This is basically the underworld. The connection between the underworld and the living world. Okay, so this is where we will be entering Chibalba and so forth. It's a very, very huge cave. We can actually spend much more than 2 hours inside this big cave. Okay.
Don't touch, don't touch.
Fue robado, fue saqueado, entonces solo los quebrados pues quedan. Así que cuando caminamos a little bit por aquí,
Kaylee, come see this.
hace emerge afuera. Es por eso que sabemos que están conectados con los que están saliendo afuera. Entonces, si volteamos a ver what actually happened here, dating the actual pottery by doing test for units or carbon test en ello, entonces en carbon dating Y todo esto, eso es lo que llegaba en el día exactly what exactly happens here. Y como podemos ver si alumbramos aquí adentro de este cave house, look right here, eso es lo que no permitimos que vayan muy pegados cuando lo toquen. Pueden pasar allí, se toman una foto, pero que no toquen eso. Esto es... ¿Qué son estos? Estos son sediments acquired through the course of thousands of years. ¿Me voy a sentar ahí? No, se puede sentar, sí. Pero que no.
Deep inside the cave. You can never enter here without a trained guide. You lose yourself and never find your way out.
That's a common.
Put your lights around here. Bones. Vessels. A lot of bones in there. 1, 2. It comes out with the same drips of water that washes away the clay. So then the bones actually get revealed. Okay. Human skeletal remains. Muchos creen tal vez que esto no es humans remains. To give you a very 100% opportunity to test what I'm actually saying, I will be bringing you to a human skull that is what is found here. So as we come to the other side, we can come.
Watch your step.
Pero, come here, right here. That's a human skull right there.
Fossilized skull.
And you can actually see the lower jaw of a person right here. And water always dripping. So if you see this sort of like stalactites, they would also have like sort of like a curvature. So that this is formed whenever there is breeze inside a cave. The breeze will be always be, making all these things to have like a curvature. There's a skull right there. This is a skull, and this is a lower jaw, mandible, lower mandible of a person. So what we know, inside what you're actually looking here, a jade tooth was actually found in this mandible, and it was placed somewhere around here. Up to today, we don't know exactly where it was hidden, and so forth. We know for a fact though that it's around this area. Okay, but we haven't made that effort up to today to find this jade tooth here, but we know it's actually around the area right here. Okay, and so forth as we come this way, this way. Raise the antigüedad of Mayan. This is where he itself would transform into a black jaguar god, where he would have to descend to the underworld to fight the 9 evil gods of the underworld. Apart from being a king, so during the night time he will come to the underworld. So this is what we're actually looking. Canaan, right here. Right here. But part of this was broken. Okay, so what we're actually looking for is the head of a jaguar. So this is like the entrance to Shabbat. You're entering into Shabbat. To archaeologists, the Mayans actually believe that would be inhabiting in these caves would be the Mayan rain god, the child god, and hence because they actually needed a lot of agriculture is the reason why these guys would come to or bring offerings to the gods. So you can actually look at on the ceiling there would be a lot of, you know, like the smoked ceiling, you know, burning probably pine trees and stuff like that. This is the smoke that would be trapped here and so forth. Then the smoke would be all stick on the ceiling of this cave. So what we have right there is basically a Mayan altar. Another one right there, another Mayan altar. Okay, there might be a few others, but due to time, they collapsed. They were covered with the dirt that we were standing in, and so forth. Okay, but you can actually see that the ashes would totally be from very, very long ago. Okay, the two different types of pottery. This would be one type. This would be the normal one, probably most ancient. But you can, near to it, we also have another little piece right here. You can see it's much brighter than the and totally different from the other one.
Was there any pottery found here? Well, that is entail.
That was complete. They do believe that a lot of the pottery that would be here would.
Deeper and deeper into the cave.
Okay, this is where virgin water would be collected, or sacred water would be collected. So the Mayans actually do believe that what we're looking here is basically a place where you need to come and baptize yourself going inside the cave. So this is where at least the Mayans would come and take some of this little water, pour some of the water on their forehead, as for them to enter Shibago. Okay, so virgin water or sacred water right here. And you can actually see that there is a pillar right here next to it, where the stalactites, meaning tights they pull very tight from the ceiling, and the stalagmites would then also grow together, where they would come join together to form something like what you are actually having here. This is basically a column that would be part of what will be actually sustaining the big caves. Okay, so you can actually see how the rocks would blend in with one another, and you can actually see the little ones next to it. The little white dots that you're actually looking there, those are all water filtering from the very top, eventually coming down, then gathering right down here. Okay. Papa vessel. Right there. Where offerings to the gods of the underworld would be brought to. So yeah, and so you can actually look. There's a big piece of a vessel right here. There are probably offerings of to the gods of the underworld to be brought. So the Mayan altar right here. And as you can see, you can actually see that there's a big piece right here. So you can actually see the big piece of probably what was broken inside there. And the pieces continue all the way as you go in there. So who knows? There might be treasure buried this time. This is right here. This is the stalagmite. This one. With the drips of water right here on top of the center. But going to the lake, it's like you just go, and it just keep on going. What is that?
So we are deep in the bubble of the earth. Huh? It's mucky, muddy, sticky muddy. That's it. Careful.
Okay.
And here.
So this would be basically the farthest we would go
Okay.
from here, because you can always go even deeper than this. This would be our way going down. You still need to go all the way down there.
What?
You can actually make your way even
No.
farther down.
No, the butts are coming out now.
But no, it's because of the water. It was actually it flows, and we do have water. This is not where the actual lakes would be. But in this event, this is how we have gotten on.
Okay.
Extreme circumstances, people would not manage to make it all the way here.
Okay, sure.
But this is the farthest we can get today because of
Finally we're going back. From the underworld to the outside world.
the point A, the entrance of the cave, and from here then we will be hiking again like about 30 minutes back to the parking lot.
So how long it took from here to way deep?
As we came in, it was 1:45. At the moment it's almost 2 o'clock, so 2 hours roughly. A little bit about 2 hours.
Okay. So now we are back. And we're going to be walking for how many minutes you said to reach the base?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes more. Okay, people, let's go. You don't want to move. This is on our way back after spending some really good time inside the cave.